What's happening, fanbase? Welcome to an honest description on every starter Pokemon. I got a lot of requests for this. I hope you enjoy. If you're not used to honest descriptions, well, you're about to be, and you're in for a shock. Let me know future Pokemon you're interested in me covering, like every type or every legendary. This is a collaboration with Anime Uproar, who's doing an explained video explaining the lore, stats, and various trivia of the starters. Link to the video in the description. Feel free to check it out after you're done here. Brace yourself for the brutal honesty. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoy. Buckle up, fanbase. Bulbasaur. Every Poketuber that went through the analysis process, and even Game Freak themselves, concluded that Bulbasaur is the best possible starter, giving you a head start on the first two gyms and onwards. Usually I say that as a compliment, but not here. Despite all that, Bulbasaur is still the last choice as far as starter Pokemon because he looks like
Burger King foot lettuce.
Not only that, but even Game Freak themselves released red, blue, and yellow. When I start a game and pick Squirtle, I have to expect the rival to go for Charmander, cause Ivysaur learns frickin' Razor Leaf at the same damn time Charmeleon learns Flamethrower. Oh, but at least Venusaur eventually learns the Solar Beam. Shame he's like the slowest Pokemon of all time. Hey guys, before I move on, you wanna hear a joke? Picking Bulbasaur. Charmander, the fan favorite badass boss Pokemon that everyone starts off with because he's just that awesome. And aside from Charmeleon being that awkward puberty stage, his design is awesome. He's so awesome, in fact, that you won't even realize that you can't use him for the first third of the game between the type and effectiveness against the gyms and the caves. Spoilers, 2/3 of the game is goddamn caves. Don't worry though, by the time he gets to Elite Four, at least he'll be super effective on some of them. Moltres learns all the same moves and is better in every way. Enjoy your Charmander, at least he can use Cut and Flash. Squirtle, a cute, innocent little turtle that becomes a Thortle, that then becomes a tortoise. Clearly, it's trans species in a time period when our society just wasn't welcoming enough. It should be treated with tenderness as a beautiful creature. Instead, it's a sex joke because of its name. You uneducated assholes that clearly don't understand that Squirtle doesn't stand for squirting turtle. It actually stands for squirrel turtle. You sick perverts. Oh, and the Squirtle squad had swagger before it was even a TM. Chikorita. Until here, we've had badass elemental starters based off dinosaurs, dragons, and massive tortoises with freaking cannon launchers. Welcome to Gen 2, ladies and gentlemen. Our first starter is based off freaking chicory, a vegetable that most of you probably haven't even heard of because it tastes worse than
Burger King foot lettuce.
Even comparing to the starters of this gen, Chikorita looks like a freaking pear. Oh, I get it. You only picked Chikorita because you wanted that experience from red and blue to be super effective on the first two gyms. This time, the first two gyms are flying in bug types. Sorry, bro. No redeeming qualities on this one. Next, Cyndaquil. Nope, those red herpes-looking spots on its back aren't a disease, so it's okay to hug the little bastard. You know, they just spontaneously erupt with flames if Cyndaquil's angry, sad, happy, excited, or literally every other emotion ever. You can tell exactly how Cyndaquil feels by just looking into their beautiful eyes. Spoilers, they're one of those no-eyed Brock Pokemon. When I say Brock Pokemon, it's because half the scene Cyndaquil's in, if he's in the same frame as a girl, it's peeking up her skirt. Those eyes mean something, and I don't trust them. Totodile. According to the Pokedex, even as a mere Totodile, its chomp is an endgame bye-bye whatever it bit. As a feraligator, after it bites, it shakes its head around vigorously to tear its victim to shreds. It also states to be careful because they accidentally bite stuff all the time, even their trainers. Believe it or not, it says in the Ruby Sapphire Pokedex that once they bite something, they never let go. Yeah, that's what it says. Come on, Nux. Obviously, that's not to be taken that literally. They can let go if they want to. In the Pokedex for Alpha Sapphire, it elaborates that no, they cannot let go since their teeth are like fishhooks and will not let go until their teeth fall out, which will take a while because in the Silver Pokedex, it says their fangs are hard as steel. Great combo, Pokedex experts, but they're just so damn cute though. Trico, freaking adorable. Love how Ash used him against the Geodude and managed to lose because he kept using Pound. That is truly impressive. Heck, I bet you never did that with a grass Pokemon. We have a Pokemon whose signature attack is Bullet Seed, according to Pokedex, and even though he doesn't learn Bullet Seed, that's somehow a thing. Its epic Pokedex entries include the ability to sense the weather for the next day, even though half the anime's fillers in the Hoenn region were where Ash's gang unexpectedly got stuck in the rain and hid in caves. This edgelord will also never back down from a fight unless it's Ash's. Basically, Ash was a terrible trainer for this little badass and didn't realize that all the Pokedex entries are hinting towards the fact that he's always high. Half closed eyes, fearless, hungry, hangs there upside down, always has some weeds in its mouth. Bet you didn't think about that one. And yeah, when it becomes Sceptile, hugging days are over. Unfortunately, its leaves are sharper than swords. Oh, and it's covered in leaves, in case you didn't know. Oh, and if you want to Mega Evolve the guy, don't worry, Papa Nux is here to walk you through it. We can let this one be a little spoiler for my how to evolve into Mega Pokemon without Stone video that's coming soon. You take a lightning rod sized Christmas tree and you shove it up its asshole. That'll make it a dragon type. You're welcome. Feel free to subscribe if you want an honest descriptions on how to evolve Pokemon into Megas. Torchic. Right off the bat, as we know, it's been introduced that different genders of the same Pokemon can have slight differences. Those wonderful bastards over at Game Freak, after much planning and stratagems, they gave male Torchic an asshole. Speaking of these design geniuses, not quite sure who thought of the brilliant idea to make Combuskin a living penis with claws and feathers based off Chicken Run. An image so terrifying it later starred in Five Nights at Freddy's. Probably deserted Pokemon because it was pissed when he realized only Torchic learns Flamethrower, the best fire move arguably, but he does not. Now Blaziken on the other hand, it's a fiery chicken. A very apt trade-off for the fire dragons and living volcano monsters we've had until now, but hey, it's both a fire and fighting type. A very original Pokemon typing for a starter that will totally never be used again. Especially not as a fire pig or a fire monkey. But it's cool, because it's so badass it got cosplayed by 3 famous people. Its trainer in the anime, Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tail, and Lady Gaga. And that's when it got banned from the official matches. Coincidence? I think not. Mudkip. Pokedex and Emerald states Mudkip rests by burying itself in the soil at the water's edge. Okay. Pokedex and Heart Gold states Mudkip rests by burying itself at the bottom of rivers. And people take Pokedex entries like the word of God when they make their theories. Also hacks. If you don't have a Megastone for this one, don't worry, Papa Nux is gonna teach you how to evolve it the natural way, without needing unnatural ingredients like Megastones. So you see, you stuff a sewer pipe down his throat and inject him, and you'll basically get the same Goliath as a result. You'll have to remember to tie something around his waist so nothing gets to his legs. We want his legs as small as possible, okay? That's important. And yeah, now he's basically a beast against any Pokemon ever, unless he's fighting a tree, then he's freaking screwed. Next, we have Turtwig, the derpiest looking Pokemon of all time and the slowest, weakest basic starter ever. One humble guy once wrote a letter to God and was like, "Hey dude, I actually started with the Turtwig and I didn't restart immediately to pick a different starter because I care about your wonderful creations, even if they look like a living derp. Please make him something cool." And God heard his plea and turned this cute little turtle into an invincible personal ecosystem. There you go, fam. A living continent that can get destroyed by some of those freaking 8-inch long mother fappers, no problemo. But don't worry, ride this bitch to school and chat on traffic while sitting in a hammock looking at beautiful scenery. I said looking at beautiful scenery, not like reading a book or something, because I know most of us are probably illiterate freaks. Chimchar. The Pokemon anime has almost 800,000 episodes at this point, where every season introduces a dozen more main characters between the rivals and the gym leaders and the professors, the travel buddies, etc., including Ash and those guys, and somehow half the episodes introduce some random character and how they'll have some terrible sad backstory where Ash will save the day because Pikachu has the power of love. You know the drill. Chimchar had the best backstory of all of them. Heck, Chimchar had like a better backstory and character development than most full-on characters from any media ever. Yes, honest descriptions can be compliments too, as long as they insult other stuff. That's kind of in my safe zone. But hey, Nux, why aren't you gonna make fun of Infernape because he's a fire and fighting type, even though we already had one? Nah, fam, don't worry, we're good. Blaziken got banned. Next, we have Piplup, a legendary water Pokemon that's so legendary it wears a flotation device for when it goes into the water. Then the Pearl Pokedex says it's a skilled swimmer. I would also insult Piplup's intelligence, but its trainer in the anime was Dawn, so I get why it would be semi-retarded. I can't blame the Pokemon. Piplup also made me fall in love with the move Draco Meteor for some odd reason.
Not again! Are you okay?
Also, someone tell Empoleon that he's supposed to wear that gladiator helmet on his head, not upside down on his chin. Thanks. Snivy, the most smugly condescending, passive-aggressive, asshole-looking Pokemon of all time that, oh man, everyone wants to see get pummeled, especially because the rival character got one. Oh yeah. What? Ash and Pikachu are actually gonna fight him right at the beginning? He just got that Pokemon from the professor now. Oh, Ash, I don't usually like you and I often root against you, but do me a favor and annihilate that Snivy prick and his major dick of a trainer. Oh, do you even know who you're dealing with? This Pikachu has taken down multiple legendary Pokemon. Do you really think your level 5 Snivy has a chance?
Pikachu! Pikachu!
Well, that's nice. But nothing compared to Superior. Smugness aside, he's a snake, right? So he doesn't really need hands in his design, right? According to the Pokemon physiology, he has hands. Yup, you see those smug little prick-sized hands behind his back at all times? Those are actually hands. This guy just pisses me off by looking at him. Pepi, the future is here. Bacon that could cook itself. Oh, and in the anime, if you mistake him for my boy Umbreon one more time, I will murder you. Of course, we need an Emboar obligatory, making fun that there's a third firefighting type starter. You know the drill. Next, we have Oshawott. A starter Pokemon with the greatest meme faces of all time. Whether it's the say what face, the revenge face, the bitch face, and many more. It's good to have a Pokemon thing like this around. A Pokemon that in its creation alone, the creators felt bad for it, or they had to give it a freaking weapon to fight with. Yeah, I don't see any other starters with swords, and they still managed to give an entire character arc where Ash was trying to get it laid. Yeah, this anime is clearly evolved from my childhood. Chespin. Top 10 reasons to watch Pokemon X and Y, and Chespin's like half of them. He's the most relatable Pokemon of all time. He wants to eat everything. He's dumb as balls. He doesn't listen to anyone, mostly because he's oblivious. And because he's the spiritual Pokemon reincarnation of Brock. Chestnut is a strange combo between the Hulk and a tank that's insanely powerful to the point that according to the Pokedex, it can flip tanks and is somehow less than 200 pounds. What? Also, fun fact, Chespin's the first grass starter Pokemon slave that isn't green, but it's brown. Holy shit, that came out racist. Okay, never mind that last thing. Damn it, I'm gonna get demonetized over this. Fennekin, a ripoff of Firefox. Nope, not the browser, but the actual Pokemon Firefox. Sorry, Vulpix. They're just gonna rewrite history like my past means nothing. It is pretty adorable, though. I'll give you that. Maybe I should try growing freaking forests in my ears. Okay, maybe not. Maybe that's not a great idea. But then again, the Pokedex does say it has roomy ears. Guess the Pokedex doesn't look at the Pokemon before it makes its dishonest descriptions. And go Serena for picking this one, even though when the professor introduced it, I thought it was freaking looking into my soul. And then she takes it swimming, because apparently this Firefox can dive underwater. But oh, did it just get hit by a bubble attack? Oh no, he's a goner. Yeah, right, but you love the Pokemon. Then it evolves into Renamon, where it has a broom for a tail. Can someone please explain to me why there's a stick coming out of its asshole? Oh my god, I bet there's so much porn of this one. And then Delphox, and boom, welcome to the porn industry. Looks like a goddamn caveman though in some pictures, so that'll make some fun porn at least. Either that or it's a Renamon in a dress. Don't rule 34 this one, fam, please. Either way, moving on without any what does the fox say jokes. I'm a bit proud of myself, honestly, because you have no idea how long it took to come up with stuff to say on every starter Pokemon for this script. Took freaking forever. Anyway, this is the right starter because it can also see the future, and damn, that's OP. But then again, it's not that OP because when your opponent grass type uses Earthquake, it still surprises the shizzle out of you. So never mind. Froakie, the bitch slap Pokemon that's often mistaken for a spaced out statue and one of the most blast starters of all time. But then, my boys, he becomes a freaking ninja that can do clone jutsu perfectly and wears a scarf that I'm still not sure if it's actually a scarf or if it's his tongue. Still not sure about that one. Moving on. Such a badass ninja that it got noticed because it stepped on a twig in the anime and made sound. And it had a tough race against Ash, a 10-year-old kid. This is one of the fastest Pokemon of all time. But no, none of that's actually cringy because its next form is when we get into the cringe. Apparently, since Ash bonded with Gamabunta so much, it became an Ash Greninja. So the Pokedex specifies that now it can't breed. Probably because after all the years we followed Ash travel around with his army and posse of harems, he couldn't breed either. So I guess he rubbed off on his Pokemon. In fact, the bond between Ash and his Greninja was so strong that he easily ditched it in Professor Oak's lab when he moved on to Sun and Moon. Speaking of Sun and Moon, Rowlett. It's an owl-looking beanbag butt ball with a leaf bow tie. Fun fact, there's more fan art where that thing that's clearly a bow tie is actually a bikini. Then it says, according to the Pokedex, it has powerful kicks with its inch-long legs. Yeah, not buying a Pokedex. You haven't been too helpful, you know? But eventually it becomes Decidueye, a ghost grass-type bird that took 6 tries to say its name with a 6-pack. Look at it, it has a 6-pack. How beast is that? And unfortunately, ground-type attacks can beat the snot out of it now, but alright. At least it has a bow and arrow. And according to the Pokedex, this badass archer Pokemon gets seized by panic attacks when the enemy gets too close. Freaking badass. Next we have Litten, damn game freak, using that new fly lingo trying to stay woke. Litten, it's a kitten and it's lit, fam! And it also looks stoned. But then again, it becomes the biggest, the baddest, the greatest wrestler in the world, where it can now piss fire and spin really fast so it can bitch slap the enemy 1,000 times for the price of one. Spoilers, it's later discovered that he used to be one of the New York Giants. No, not one of those New York Giants. One of the ones that got trapped on Madagascar. I mean, look at those legs. Either that or he got trapped in Cornflakes land. Either way. Next. Finally, we have Popplio. Shit Pokemon. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you... Okay, fine. I'll say something more. Okay, yeah, there's definitely porn of this Lady Gaga-inspired, fully evolved design, and despite there being only a 12.5% chance of actually finding a female one, I have a sneaking feeling that those statistics won't hold up for the porn. Little do you know, it actually took its inspiration for being a sexualized seal from French. Oh, I have to explain that joke? Okay, so seal in French is called a fuck. Go impress your parents, kids. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like honest descriptions on Pokemon, feel free to subscribe and request what future series and groups of Pokemon you would like to see dissected over here. It goes without saying that I love Pokemon, and this is all just in good fun, but takes a while to write, so I can't pump them out as quickly as one would hope, but I would like to keep the quality pretty high on these. Thanks for your understanding. Remember to hit that bell because YouTube subscription services don't work anymore anyway. This is a collab, as I've mentioned, with Anime Uproar, who does an explained video on all of these starters as well. Completely different from honest descriptions, but if you like this, you may also really enjoy that. Link to that in the description. He does a really great job. Yes, this was probably the weirdest Pokemon video you've ever seen on YouTube. Hope you enjoyed nonetheless. If you're almost as weird, definitely hit that subscribe button. And remember, stay weird, fam.